This week on Council Bluffs News, Ruck March. Veterans and supporters walked 23 miles to raise awareness for PTSD. Happy birthday! Jenny Edmondson turns 166 years old. See how the hospital is celebrating. And zombies. A walk to Bayless Park ends in a standoff. See how it all goes down and who benefits from the cause. That and more all in this week's Council Bluffs News. Welcome to this week's Council Bluffs News. I'm Marie Zeitner. Every day, military veterans take their own lives in the United States due to a common complication. That's according to U.S. Army soldier Patrick Osborne, who set up a walk to raise awareness for post-traumatic stress disorder. Saturday, October 25th, military members, veterans, and supporters walk across town to get people's attention. The number of soldiers who develop post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is growing significantly.
It rose from the beginning of the war.
The beginning of Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Patrick Osborne says PTSD kills veterans every day.
The numbers right now for veteran suicide are more than double of what a civilian is per day.
To raise awareness of how deadly the disorder is, Osborne organizes a Ruck March October 25th.
A Ruck March is basically something they do in the military. You put a ruck pack on with 45, 50 pounds, and basically you just march till the end.
The group of men and women starts in Bayless Park and makes a 23-mile journey to the VFW on 89th and Military in Omaha.
23 miles symbolizes basically 1 mile for every veteran that commits suicide every day.
Current soldiers, veterans, and citizens join in their backing of the mission.
I'm just here in support of any soldiers that may need any kind of help. Just let them know that there's somebody there for you at all times. You're never alone.
I was in the Army for 8 years. I've known a lot of people that have struggled with it. It's something we need to change, it's something we need to fix, and I believe that raising awareness is the first step.
Though PTSD is a well-known complication in the military, many soldiers and veterans who suffer from the mental health condition don't reach out.
A lot of people don't like to get help because they believe that it might make them seem weak or that they're not fulfilling their duties by getting help.
Which is why raising awareness and knowing the signs of PTSD is crucial in order to assist those affected.
We need to be there for one another, and just notice those small little cues. Do everything that we possibly can to, keep in touch with them. Even when, we get busy with other parts of our life, we need to still kind of check back in on those guys and see what's going on, make sure that everything's okay.
Double Barrel Band performed later in the evening at the VFW in Omaha. Organizations set up booths for veterans to check out. If you would like to learn more about the cause, search Ruck Up for Life Omaha on any search engine. Expect a few changes in how the Iowa West Foundation awards grants to organizations in 2015. Thursday, October 23rd, President and CEO P2 LaPana, along with Vice President of Grants and Initiatives Kathleen Rapp, announced the Foundation's quarterly grants will now be triannual. This change comes from a request from grantees for more time with staff to prepare grants.
It really emanated from our focus now on a couple of things like evaluation, making sure that we're having the kind of impact that we want to have on the grants that we make, and doing good due diligence.
The Iowa West Foundation says the $20 million awarded each year will not change. Giving out the grants 3 times a year will give staff members and grantees more time to create a feasible plan for the money.
so that we can.
The zoning map as
Playland
adopted by
Park could
reference
see development within the
section
next 2 years due to a
15.270
4-to-1 vote by City
20B
Council Monday,
by
October
rezoning
27th.
property journal.
The plan,
Major
presented by
apartment
Noddle
complex,
Development Company, will build office
several
spaces,
different
retail venues,
style
and roughly
living
140
spaces to the
apartment
north.
units,
This is
along with
Avenue
townhomes,
A.
condominiums, and single-family
several different
houses.
style- You
City
put
Council
Playland
will have to
Park
vote on the
area,
matter 2 more times in
also
November
now known
before
as
the
River's
project will
Edge.
pass. We'll have more on this
What I'm
story
going to
in
do
next week's show.
is work with my colleague.
Methodist Jenny Edmondson Hospital has been in Council Bluffs for 128 years. Named after the wife of James Edmondson, it has expanded into a nationally accredited cancer and breast cancer center, as well as helps any patient in need. October 24th is Jenny Edmondson's birthday, and the hospital does something special every year to celebrate. Meet Jenny Edmondson. Though not alive today, her portrait is on display in the main lobby at Methodist Jenny Edmondson Hospital in Council Bluffs.
We were able to restore it, clean it up, and improve its longevity.
What makes this week special is Jenny's birthday.
Every year on October 24th, which is the birthday of Jenny Edmondson, we place a dozen roses underneath her picture and make sure that the hospital is aware that today it is Jenny's birthday.
The tradition started 80 years ago after Jenny's husband James donated a significant amount of money to the hospital.
Back originally in 1905 and then in 1933 with the bequest that the hospital be named after his wife, Jenny Edmondson.
Respecting James's will, a bouquet of flowers is also placed under Jenny's portrait every year on her birthday, October 24th.
She was a real person, and this tradition's been going on a long time. And I think those are things that the community respects, and it's just a good thing to do.
The importance of us continuing to carry on this tradition is that we have a tradition of caring, and the Women's Christian Association and James Edmondson wanted to see that this tradition of caring continue.
President of Women's Christian Association Susan Hawley worked for Methodist Jenny Edmondson for 25 years and had a special task every October.
It was my job to order the flowers for Jenny's birthday.
Even though Hawley has retired since then, placing flowers under Jenny Edmondson's portrait every year is still going strong.
We want to continue our tradition, and so we have to honor our traditions.
It's just been a lovely tradition.
Bloomworks Floral provides the bouquet of flowers for this year. Along with restoring the portrait of Jenny Edmondson, the hospital recently remodeled its front lobby. Now to news around the Bluffs. Shaped by the Hair Company Hair Salon, 22 years of operation, appointments by phone at 323-6686. With Election Day coming up on November 4th, the City of Council Bluffs wants to make sure everyone knows how to register and where to vote. Residents can still register to vote at the Pottawatomie County Courthouse through November 3rd. Just bring an updated driver's license or proof of residency, such as a utility bill or pay stub.
From now until next Monday, you can do all that and vote at our office from 8 to 4:30. We're also open this Saturday from 9 to 5, so you can still register and vote up until Monday. And Monday we're open till 5 also. Then after that on Tuesday, you have to go to your polling places to do all of that.
Absentee ballots will be mailed out through October 31st upon request. However, they need to have a return postmark date of November 3rd or earlier. First Deputy Auditor of Elections Christy Everett says to make sure the post office stamps the return ballot on or by November 3rd, or the auditor's office cannot open it and count it as a vote. For more information about polling places for the election on November 4th, call the auditor's office at 712-328-5600. Hy-Vee on West Broadway kicks off the holiday season with a free festival and trick-or-treating Saturday, October 25th. Families enjoy games to win prizes, pony rides, bounce houses, and even a show by the Les Hills Cloggers. This is the third annual event where kids can also dress up in their Halloween costumes for candy. On the other side of town, the Iowa Western Culinary Arts students prepare chili for a cook-off at Titan Stadium before Saturday's Reaver football game. 5 teams create 5 different kinds of chili and ask the public for its opinion on who made the best.
We have a white chili, we've got like a barbecue chili, we've got one that's really spicy, and one that's traditional, and one that's not so traditional.
For $5, the public can taste any of the chilies. All money raised will help the culinary arts students attend the National Restaurant and Food Association Food Show in Chicago in May. Coming up on Council Bluffs News, zombies make their way to Bayless Park to fight the militia, all to help a nonprofit organization. And when we come back, Dr. Richard Warner from the Historical Society of Potawatomi County talks about a new book that displays images of Council Bluffs throughout the 20th century.
Every town has changed in the 20th century, but Council Bluffs, I think, way more than most.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids, this isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
At Council Bluffs Savings Bank, our goal is to help you, your families, and your businesses grow and prosper for generations. We take pride in our community, whether it's volunteering our time or helping individuals, families, and businesses succeed. We provide you with the personal service and attention you deserve. With over 220 years of banking experience, decisions are made locally. We are Council Bluffs people operating at Council Bluffs Bank to help Council Bluffs be a better place to work and live. Council Bluffs Savings Bank, hometown banking, the way it used to be. Member FDIC.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Create new opportunities and expand your knowledge with Iowa Western's continuing and career education.
It was really intimidating to go back to school, but Iowa Western made me really feel like I could do it.
Our goal is to help students achieve success from education to employment.
Learn more, including information on extra benefits for Iowa residents at iwcc.edu/continuing_education.
Welcome back to Council Bluffs News. I'm Marie Zeitner. Joining me in studio today is Dr. Richard Warner from the Historical Society of Potawatomi County. Thanks for being here, Dr. Warner.
Well, thanks so much for inviting me.
You're welcome. You guys, or you and a fellow writer, wrote a new book. And go ahead, tell me a little bit about it.
Well, this is my fourth time I've had the opportunity to work with Ryan Roenfeld, and it's called Images of America, Council Bluffs. And I enjoy working with Ryan because every time I work with Ryan, I learn something. Ryan's a very detailed and accurate historian, and I think we're a good match on a history book, particularly about Council Bluffs, because I'm 20 years older than Ryan, and I grew up in Council Bluffs, and he's the relative youngster and has lived in Southwest Iowa, but not CB. So I kind of pull things toward the nostalgia side, and Ryan toward the pure history side, and I think we come up with a nice match in the middle.
And it's kind of just like a picture book, correct?
Not just a picture book. There are a lot of pictures in it, over 200 as a matter of fact, but we also try to make it a true history. The appeal actually, Marie, is for somebody who's a nostalgia buff, but also a real history buff also. That if you read all 18,000 of those words, you're going to learn something.
And what kind of impact do you wish to have on your readers who do pick up the book?
Well, the interesting thing about Council Bluffs is we have so many wonderful museums, we don't have a general history museum. So the significance here is all of these pictures are not displayed anywhere. People donate them, they wind up in our archives, there's no way to get them out to the public. And so by putting them in here, this is one way we can get them out and get them enjoyed by people. And every town has changed in the 20th century, but Council Bluffs, I think, way more than most because of that ambitious urban renewal project. How many towns do you know that totally decimated their downtown and started from scratch? I don't think too many. So this town changed markedly. Also, the 2 interstate highways coming through had a big impact, not only just where they ran, but then it spurred development around them. So we've had a lot of significant changes in the 20th century, and we hope that this provides some moments of nostalgia and a better understanding of what went on.
And you talked about how we don't have a general history museum, but you guys are having an event on Sunday the 2nd. Tell me more about what's going on there.
That was the idea of our Historical Society president, Marie Zeitner. And Marie said, we don't have a museum, a general history museum for people to go to, so every now and then we need to take the museum to them. And so at the Historic Trail Center, just south of the 24th Street exit of I-80, I-29, we will be having from 1 to 4 this Sunday a bunch of exhibits called History Out of the Vault. And we're bringing things that are not normally on display, including a lot of pictures from the book that our museum coordinator, Carla Borgela, will be matching with current photos. So you take a picture, this is what it looked like in 1910. What does it look like today? Carla has got a photo of that. And Karen DeForest is the exhibit coordinator for this, and she's got 6 large tables of things she's bringing out, just a diverse bunch of exhibits that hopefully will appeal to everybody. And of course, Ryan and I will be there to sign copies of the book too, and that's Sunday from 1 to 4 on November 2nd.
All right,
and the event is absolutely free.
And this book is now available as well, right?
At Historical Society gift shops, we will have it available at that event as well.
Okay, and many thanks to Arcadia Publishing for publishing this book, right?
Absolutely. They have found a good niche in bringing local history and making it available to the public.
All right, Dr. Warner, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for inviting me.
Stick around, more Council Bluffs news after the break.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
What does the world need? What will you become? Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
It's that time of year when goblins and ghosts will be knocking on doors asking for candy. But October 25th, just days before Halloween, zombies take over downtown Council Bluffs as part of a fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. With the help of some makeup,
I used latex and layered it on with tissue paper.
residents of Council Bluffs turn into zombies.
That is horrible.
Outside of Barley's Bar and Grill, the dead get ready to take over the city October 25th.
Something for the community to do, something fun for the kids to get out around Halloween time.
The zombies reveal what they're after before heading to Bayless Park. The apocalypse starts as the zombies arrive at the park.
Once we got to Bayless Park, we went against the militia.
All it takes is Nerf bullets to take down the brain-eating characters.
We fought really hard and we tried our best, but the militia took us on strong.
But it looks like the zombies may have won. I haven't got the final head count yet, but I believe the militia ran out of bullets, it looks like.
No matter who wins, The ultimate goal is for everyone to have fun.
A lot of people had fun. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves.
It was a lot of fun.
The third annual Zombie Walk raised money for the local Make-A-Wish Iowa chapter. Shane Major started organizing this year's event back in April. He says he was inspired from previous walks he participated in. Still to come on Council Bluffs News, these lovable animals need a home. Meet them in Pets of the Week. Plus, we have all the events going on in the city in our weekly events calendar. We'll be right back.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Which planet are we living on? It's right here.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea.
Turn the lights and everybody look up.
Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
It's not his new group of friends. It's not the video games. It's not the neighborhood.
Mom, do I have to go to school today?
The biggest threat to your child's future could be you. Every day they miss, even in middle school, puts their graduation at risk.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Time now for Pets of the Week.
Hi, my name is Misty Bino, and I'm a volunteer with Solus to support our local animal shelter. This little puppy here is Articus. He is a 5-month-old Border Collie mix. He is such a sweet guy. Border Collies are very high energy, so you'll have to give him lots of exercise. He was found as a stray on 23rd Avenue and South 19th Street here in Council Bluffs. So if you are interested in adopting this little guy, or if you have been looking for a dog meeting his description, come down to the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter. His file number is 1763. This guy is Dallas. Dallas is dressed as a lawyer for Halloween. He is about 6 years old. He's a Jack Russell, and this is his energy level. He is pretty high energy all the time, so he'd make a great running companion for somebody or would be really good at training classes. He has lived with cats and other dogs, but he's picky about which dogs he likes. He prefers females over males. If you are interested in adopting Dallas, his file number is 907. He's such a fun boy. This is Tabitha. Tabitha is a brown tabby cat. about 4 months old. She is just a sweetheart, perfect for any family. She was found as a stray on the 800 block of First Avenue in Council Bluffs, and she is all dressed up in her little dress for Halloween. If you are interested in adopting Tabitha, her file number is 1148. This playful little kitten is Cranberry. Cranberry is a black and white domestic shorthair, about 8 weeks old, and she actually has 3 other brothers that are also available for adoption. She was found as a stray on the 900 block of 4th Avenue here in Council Bluffs. Or if you are interested in adopting Cranberry, her file number is 144. And with all of the Halloween festivities coming up, make sure and keep your pets in an interior room behind a closed door to keep them safe. Whether you are handing out candy or if you're trick-or-treating yourself, all the extra foot traffic can make it difficult to find them if they get out. So if you're interested in any of the pets you've seen today, you can come down to the Council Bluffs Animal Shelter at 2821 South 15th Street here in Council Bluffs. Have a safe and happy Halloween.
Time now for our weekly events calendar. Author Sandra Kessler Host will be at the Council Bluffs Public Library on Thursday to talk about how Iowa high schools are highlighting Victorian influence. From 3:30 to 5 p.m., hear about the preservation efforts and the Iowa Rural Settlement Plan that features more than 12,000 schools. Later that night, also at the library, Professor Rudolph Daniels will showcase U.S. railroad history during World War I in both civilian and military aspects. Catch the presentation from 7 to 8 p.m. On Halloween, trick-or-treat through the rail cars at the Rails West Railroad Museum. The train cars and depot are decorated and ready for visitors. Cost is just $2 per child from 6 to 8 p.m. Enjoy several different types of chili this Saturday on the 100 block of West Broadway. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., the popular fall meal will be served at the bars to raise funds for veterans and wounded warriors. Also this Saturday, take a haunted tour through the historic Squirrel Cage Jail on Pearl Street from 6 to 8:30 p.m. Cost is $45 per person, with proceeds going to the restoration of the jail. Kinder Nature continues this Sunday from 1:30 to 2:30 at Hitchcock Nature Center. This month's theme is Backbone Bonanza. Children ages 3 to 5 will learn about 5 vertebrate groups, as well as see animal bones up close. Cost is $5 per child. Visit potcoconservation.com for more details. Thanks for watching this week's Council Bluffs News. CBTV is always looking to hear from you. You can send questions or comments to cbtv@iwcc.edu. Call 712-325-3312 or find us on social media. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Just search CBTV17. Remember to keep it here for the latest scores and updates for local sports in your community by tuning in to the Bluff Sports Zone with JJ Davis. For your Council Bluffs News, I'm Marie Zeitner. See you next week.